I've seen people pass out through heat exhaustion. It's just chaos. We've been here personally since 3 a.m. and this is crazy. It's literally almost 11.
7 hours into this. We paid $600 a ticket plus $300 for the car camping pass. Like, this is absurd. Why are we spending this money to spend 8 hours in a car and we're not even inside yet?
Doses and mimosas, champagne and cocaine. How to let me through.
After what happened last night at Coachella, people are now confirming this is the most worst Coachella in history. Now, Coachella has responded and people are pissed. Not only were lines to get in over 13 hours, when they were stuck, people had nowhere to go to the bathroom. Some had to resort to going you-know-what on the side of the road. Once people got in, their camping conditions were awful, with some people having snakes in their tent.
Hey man, forgive me for thinking you're a dumbass. Coachella Fest, which is over there, right? It's here in Indio, California. And if you're not familiar with Indio, California, if you're not familiar with the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, we're in the desert, 2 hours east of Los Angeles. Guess what? This desert also connects all the way to Phoenix. You're going to have snakes. You're going to have, scorpions. You're going to have lizards. You're going to have all kinds of things, all right? Desert animals. Snakes are desert animals. So therefore, if you just so happen to have a snake in the polo grounds, what are they going to do to prevent snakes from entering your tent?
And lines for showers being over an hour long and really stinky. But this is where it gets even more worser. Most people spending $7,000 to go through what looks like military training.
What branch of service did you serve in? Because if that looks like military training, and you're a lot younger than me, then we're fucked as a nation.
And over half of Coachella is paying for their tickets on payment plans. It has people crying and going home early, but this is where it gets more sadder. People are saying this year's Coachella is basically like the Hungry Games, where some people are camping in over 100-degree weather, while a lot of celebrities are in hotels with air conditioning. Even more worser, food is even more expensive than Air One. Their chicken tenders and a lemonade cost over $31, and an iced latte is $13.
What do you get when you mix espresso with milk? A latte. Latte. You said latte like you're reading it word for word, letter by letter, vowel for vowel. Sadder and expensiver and all worser. Those aren't words. You use your words. Your parents probably paid for private education and you still sound like that. Or if you did go through public education, this is the reason why the Department of Education has been dismantled.
And that a lot of the outfits this year are not good. And at the concerts, that it's so full, people are being squished and are not enjoying the concerts. And as of now, Coachella has allegedly not said anything about these issues. This is all alleged. Would you ever go to Coachella?
I wouldn't because I live right here, but I know you wouldn't. You would just report on shit you don't know about.
Here's what it's like to stay in the safari tents at Coachella.
Let's show you someone who's not complaining and actually was there.
We arrived to our setup tent, beds, towels, and best of all is that the whole tent is air conditioned and it comes with a fridge and a ton of different outlets. They also have bathrooms stocked with all of the essentials that you need and showers. We got our wristbands and unboxed our Coachella box. We spent some time vision boarding the weekend and planning out our schedule. And then we went to an Aperol Spritz welcome party during sunset and they had a DJ playing to keep the vibe super high. They also served dinner, which is so nice. We had chicken, pulled pork, dessert, and then we watched the beautiful sunset. And then we got our pool inflated and filled and then we played some games until it was time for bed. Stay tuned for
Showering at Coachella has to be the most disgusting thing that I have ever seen.
Again, you're reporting on something that you saw online. You weren't there. Why am I even doing this video?
Once I found out how much it costs to shower at Coachella, it made me sick to my stomach. So not only has Coachella been a total shit show this year, it was so bad that people were crying and leaving early, and it makes me sick to my stomach that over half of the people that went to Coachella paid on a payment plan, wait in line behind cars for 13 hours, sleep in an overfilled, disgusting campsite with snakes where you only have access to a porta potty. All of that is costing people almost $7,000. This is where it gets even more worser. Although you might bump into your most favoriteest influencer, for Billie Eilish and Hailey Bieber, all of these influencers are staying in air-conditioned houses. Meanwhile, normal people are living in squalor. Because
people who wanted the good times, right, put the money in to get the Airbnb or the hotels. And then the people who did the payment plans and all this other stuff, and then, you know what, we'll save money on car camping. Those are the ones that are complaining. So, again, no one's living in squalor per se, right? Because you chose to do that. That's a choice. You chose not to get a hotel, motel, or Airbnb. You chose to go car camping. So to call it squalor, I mean, so what's the difference between that and actually living out of your car because you can't pay the rent that you're paying in LA, in San Diego? Like, you can't pay $3,000 for an apartment, so you live out of your car. What's the difference between that and car camping?
it is literally over 100 degrees there.
Where was it over 100 degrees? Y'all come back in June when it's 124, okay?
The shower situation is so bad, some people bring their own.
So technically, they didn't actually see how bad the lines were. They had already brought their shower. Does that make any sense? Like, you weren't traveling all the way to Coachella to set up your camp, and then you're like, you know what? These are long lines. Let's go to Big Five Sporting Goods. Well, we don't even know where it's at because we're not from around here. But let's go find one and we'll get us a shower. That's not how that happened. Your reporting sucks, dude.
Because the line to the shower is not only stinky, it's an hour long. Not only is it creepy, but it's tiny. Some people say it's stinky. But even more sadder, all you get to use for 1 week is a porta potty in 100-degree temperature.
Yeah, like I said in my last video, you guys would never make it in Iraq. See, when I was in Iraq and you had to use the porta potty, let's say after lunch, you had to use a porta potty, right? After lunch is about 130 degrees. And this was like May, June-ish, right? So it's hot as fuck. But here's the thing is, how did you go from camping in squalor over 100 degrees and now it's porta potties in 100 degrees? The porta potties would be a lot hotter than the rest of the camp because the porta potties are literally sitting in the sun. It would be over 100 degrees in the porta potty and less than 100 degrees, like 97 degrees or whatever. And oh my God, you're an idiot.
Crowds at the show are simultaneously packed and dead. And if you want to take a super duper shower, it's $10. And it literally looks the same but in white. Would you ever go to Coachella?
Again, you wouldn't because you're broke.
Starving, so let's come get nachos. The one thing I didn't want, no, tacos. The one thing I didn't want to do, and now I'm doing it. It's okay. So while I wait for the tacos, I got another, how much is it? $17? $17 lemonade. It's mostly ice, but it's so good. $120-ish worth of food, guys. I'm not gonna lie, they're not good. They're not good at all. The tortillas were like freezing cold, like freezing.
Then don't go. You're an adult. You spent almost $700 on a general admission ticket to a festival. and now you're complaining about prices. It was your decision to go to a festival where you were going to spend all your money. I have no remorse for you. I don't feel bad for any of you. You decided to go, face the consequences of your actions, and if you want to blow your entire paycheck and then some on all of this, that is your fault. No one else's. It's not the vendors that are there trying to make their money. It's yours. That's it. Ran over. It's the same thing with Disney. I don't have any remorse for an $18 bottle of water. It is your decision to go. Your fault. No one else's. It's not ridiculous. Grow up. Just my opinion. See you later.
Okay, as a local Indio resident, I feel like if this video can reach out to anyone going to Coachella Fest weekend 2, Stagecoach, if you're looking for tacos, I'm going to freeze frame myself and give you a list of places you can go nearby for tacos that are going to be a lot cheaper than Coachella Fest and taste a lot better. So here we go. Let's get back to why people really go to Coachella. It's for the vibes, y'all. Come on.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Biatch.
Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
Oh, tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. What's Too Short's favorite word?
I don't know. Oh. Biatch.
Too Short, what's his favorite word?
Huh?
Too Short, what's his favorite word? What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
Too Shorts?
Yeah, Too Short, what's his favorite word?
I have no idea.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
Too Short's favorite word?
What? Who?
Bitch.
Oh, Too Short, what's his favorite word?
Too short of a penis?
A chote.
What's my favorite word?
Bitch. Bitch.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
Too Short's favorite word?
Who?
What's my favorite word?
I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
What's Too Short's favorite word?
Bitch.
What's his favorite word? Bitch! What's my favorite word?
Bitch.
You know to expect the food to be expensive at Coachella Fest. It's a festival, y'all. You expect it to happen.
So here's everything I ate in a day at Coachella and how much I spent on everything. The first thing we got as soon as we got there was an iced matcha, where we got the works with vanilla syrup and cold foam. 2 matchas with a 20% tip was about $40. For food, we had a Wagyu smash burger with fries and Cambodian-style chicken wings with tip, all for about $75. This was hands down the best buy of the day with the most flavor, and that held us over till night, where I had a Cali burrito with fries, which were crispy and seasoned so nicely, for about $25. And for dessert, an acai smoothie and bowl, which was actually so good and refreshing, for about $40. In total this day, I spent around $180 on food, not including water and drinks, which just for my drinks, I spent around $40, for a grand total of $220 on food and drinks in a day at Coachella.
And again, the only people complaining about anything in Coachella are the car campers, right? Let me show you some people who are happy about where they stayed during Coachella Fest. And then a little tip, of course.
If you were caught in the madness of traffic that was getting to the Coachella campgrounds this week, you are going to want to remember this place for next year. Rancho 51 Campground. It is the place to be. Just minutes from the festival grounds, Rancho 51 is a glamping oasis. Founded by Indio natives Johnny and Claudia Alvarado, the secluded 2-acre site is a vibe, offering a full festival experience with all the comforts of home, like air-conditioned restrooms and showers, a pool, 24-hour security, on-site hair and makeup stylists, a DJ, facialist, permanent jewelers, food trucks, coffee stands, shuttle service, and more, with none of the crazy check-in lines. So skip the stress and soak up the vibes at Rancho 51. For more local finds, fun happenings, and all your real estate needs, follow me here and check out everythingpalmsprings.com.
So for everybody who stays positive, I hope this video helps you. Again, plenty of places to eat outside of the festival. Cheap places to eat. They don't raise their prices just because it's festival season. Okay, plenty of places to stay. Now those, they may or may not raise them. I can't guarantee one or the other. All I can tell you is that if you don't want to go camping, you don't want to worry about not having the luxuries because you're camping. If you don't want to piss in a porta potty and shower in a trailer, Airbnb, hotel, motel, or even one of these campgrounds that literally only open up during festival season. Okay? Other than that, y'all, thank you for watching. Remember that you're loved, and remember to be great every day because tomorrow is never promised. Coachella Fest weekend number 2 coming up, and then Stagecoach, and I hope everybody going to the weekend 2 and Stagecoach, y'all have as much fun as possible and make the best of it, because you know, at the end of the day, you're paying off a lot of money. You must also make the best of it.
Every day you wake up, you got a decision to make. To go right or left, up or down, right or wrong. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Nobody forces you. So make the right decision. Make moves, set the goal. Stop making excuses, man. And if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and sound like a duck, it's a duck. Stop guessing. Just do the right thing. You heard? You hear me? I love y'all. Stay positive. Love one another.
All right. Rabbit hole is going so deep. They're using Coachella to make Americans hate America. They brought Bernie Sanders on stage at a music festival, not to perform, not to entertain. He doesn't sing, but to deliver one message: that wealth is the enemy, that success should be punished. And the crowd, they literally cheered him on. 500,000 people, most of them in debt, clapping at the idea that having money makes you the bad guy. I'm not choosing political sides. I don't follow politics. I don't care about politics. And I know the world isn't perfect. There are things to improve. However, I know when things don't feel right and something feels off here. I thought Coachella was about the music, the art, the culture. That's not music. That's training. America is built on wealth, okay? Nobody has to be greedy or take advantage of others. That's not right. But if they're programming you to shame wealth and feel bad about wealth, they're literally setting you up psychologically to stay poor. And if they can get you to celebrate being poor, they don't got to take your rights away. They already won.
Peace out, y'all.